Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're zeroing in on Nepal. Our sources paint this picture of a country that's, well, surprisingly small, but just jam-packed with diverse things to experience.
That's right, yeah. We've got a sort of quick guide here highlighting the must-visit spots.
And our goal, our mission, is to really unpack why Nepal is such an interesting place for someone to consider visiting, right? To
Mm,
find those compelling reasons.
exactly. Consider this the highlight reel. The guide focuses on five main areas, which really give you a great cross-section. Kathmandu Valley, Pokhara, Chitwan National Park, the Everest region, and Lumbini.
Okay, let's start with Kathmandu Valley. The guide mentions ancient temples, Swayambhunath, Pachupatnath, the Durbar squares. It sounds like more than just old buildings, though.
Oh, absolutely. What's really special about Kathmandu is how these ancient sites are, alive. They're not just museums. Swayambhunath, the monkey temple with the eyes, it's a living Buddhist center.
Yeah.
And wandering the Durbar squares,
Yeah.
you're seeing this amazing Nuwari architecture, centuries old, but it's part of the city's fabric. It's a living heritage you can actually walk through.
Okay, interesting. So from history, we pivot to Pokhara. The guide shows these, well, stunning pictures of the Annapurnas reflected in Phua Lake. Just breathtaking.
hmm
But is it just about the views? What else pulls people in?
Pokhara has this really cool mix. You've got that incredible serenity, the lake, the reflections, lakeside cafes,
Mm,
very chill.
yeah.
But then, literally just nearby, you can be paragliding, getting these insane aerial views of the same mountains and lake. So it caters to both relaxation and adventure. That blend is key.
Got it. Okay, next up, Chitwan National Park. This sounds wild, literally. Spotting rhinos, maybe tigers?
Yeah, the wildlife potential is definitely a huge draw. Seeing a one-horned rhino in the wild,
Yeah.
pretty amazing. But it's not only but the safari checklist. Chitwan also brings in the conservation angle. It's a really important biodiverse area. And the guide mentions the Tharu cultural dances. It shows the connection between the local people and the environment.
Yeah.
It adds another layer.
Right. So nature and culture interacting. Makes sense.
Exactly.
And then Everest, the name alone is, well, legendary. Trekking to base camp is the classic, but the guide mentions scenic flights too.
Yeah, which is a great point. The Everest region isn't just for hardcore trekkers aiming for the summit or even base camp.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing those peaks, even from a plane, gives you this sense of awe, their sheer scale.
Mm.
And mentioning Namche Bazaar, the Sherpa capital, that really grounds it. It brings in the human element, the Sherpa culture
Mm.
that's so tied to these mountains.
So it connects the landscape to the people.
Precisely.
Okay, finally Lumbini, birthplace of Buddha. The guide highlights the Mayadevi Temple, international monasteries. What's the vibe there?
Lumbini offers a totally different pace. It's deeply spiritual, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
standing where the Buddha was born.
Mm-hmm.
That's powerful for many.
I can imagine.
And having monasteries funded by different Buddhist countries all in one area, it creates this really unique atmosphere of peace, reflection. It's less about adventure, more about tranquility and history.
So we've covered culture, adventure, wildlife, mountains, spirituality, all packed into Nepal. When's the best time to experience all this? The guide suggests spring and autumn.
Yeah, that's the general advice, March to May, and then September to November. You tend to get clearer skies, more comfortable temperatures.
Yeah.
Good for trekking, good for sightseeing.
Okay.
And it really is worth stressing how that compact size works to your advantage.
Mm.
You can genuinely experience these incredibly different landscapes and vibes without spending, days and days traveling between them.
Right. So for you listening, think about that range. Ancient cities, lakeside adventures, jungle wildlife, towering peaks, profound spirituality. Which one of those sparks something in you?
hmm
What is it about, say, the adventure or maybe the history that pulls you in? And where might that initial spark lead you if you were to explore further? Just something to ponder.
Yeah, it's about finding that personal hook, isn't it? Each place offers such a distinct window into Nepal.
Well, thanks for taking this deep dive into Nepal with us today.
Hope it sparks some curiosity.
Yeah, hopefully it's given you some food for thought and maybe even the start of planning your own journey of discovery.